Said the grand plan made her do it, huh? Said the grand plan made her do it, huh? Jeez, kinda preachy. Keep it in the monastery, lady.
The distribution of the plants is increased, helping infected purpleberry plants to spread farther and grow better than uninfected ones. Perhaps unsurprisingly, careless Auntie's Choice scientists mislabeled this case of obvious symbiosis, given how both the purpleberry plant and its parasite are benefited by the relationship, as a parasitical relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Auntie's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent safeguards at all. After some additional
contraband came in.
Plotting Auntie's Choice field research, co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly lost. The distribution of the plants is increased, helping
Latest contraband came in.
plants to spread farther and grow. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Auntie's Choice scientists mislabeled this case of obvious symbiosis, given how both the purpleberry plant and its parasite are affected by the relationship, as a relationship. Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the Auntie's Choice scientists managed to ascertain any subsequent.
How are the informant lines treating you?
After
Hear
some
anything good?
additional casualties, plotting Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea.
Commander.
resulting in the expelling of
I was just thinking about making some tweaks to Val. Val's old, in automatic years, so she requires a lot of routine maintenance to prevent her replace Val. I'd sooner give up another limb.
Given that initial classification error, it's a wonder the scientists
Just heard back.
The
hierarchy finally decided to just bury the
After some additional casualties, plotting Auntie's Choice field researchers discovered that co-native planetary fauna was well adapted to the parasite and hardly affected by it to any large amount. But human colonists were not so fortunate. The PBP worms disrupted the human internal biome to such a degree that the eventual correspondingly large immune response leads to violently explosive diarrhea, resulting in the expelling of the worms, the berries, and most of the person's gastrointestinal tract. Human casualty rates were close to 100%, even when reluctantly given medical attention by Auntie's Choice doctors, who were more concerned with upselling unnecessary procedures or prescribing expensive ointments such as their antibiotics, a topical cream that offers no benefit to the dying patient, except possibly smoothing away stubborn wrinkles, according to product literature. However, given the purpleberry's non-zero nutritional value and low growing costs, impatient Auntie's Choice administration officials directed their labs to find ways to remove the parasite from the berry. A variety of methods were tested and found effective, but They were all time-consuming and wasteful of the edible portion of the purple berries, so these methods were deemed non-cost-effective and rejected out of hand. Eventually, the answer was found not in a lab, but in a history book. Specifically, a history text on Saltuna, a crossbreed of two different earth fish species called salmon and tuna, was found that contained a reference to anisakid nematodes, or salmon worms, with an estimated 70 to 90% of all salmon being infected by these parasites. More importantly, the text contained the solution to eradicating these parasites. Freezing. The simple and obvious, but untried, act of freezing the salmon meat killed the embedded parasites. A quick test showed the same procedure worked on PBP eggs, although without quite 100% effectiveness. The remaining parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the berries without affecting their texture or flavor in any discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes and tongues of their consumers, so Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this inept solution. Purple berries are now a common nutritional and flavoring agent throughout the colony worlds. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of purpleberry-themed foods and beverages, all of them mislabeled parasite-free. More accurately, the label should read live parasite-free. But in any case, Auntie's Choice once again demonstrated their contempt for their customers, for nature, and for any pretense of safety. Another reason this documentarian is grateful for our order's fabricated nutritional foodstuffs. OA Archive transcription number 3918-4 ends here.
Do it?
That song was odd because it is the number 3 song this week. Next up, well, the seers among you already know. Constructually compelling yet categorically And now, constructually compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy.
How are the informant lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not very good. My only real benefit. Now, don't get why we have to buy our own weapons from our own merchants.
Don't trust better gear. Maybe on Toys. But anybody we've got out there has got bigger problems than
The Order of the Ascendant. Whimsical computational jest 37A. Be like the minus operator. Make a difference today. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving a more weekly selection of mathematical
These outer worlds are cruel, the universe is cold.
2.7 Kelvin, if truth be told.
Scientism is a
Exactly sounding
discipline
mind. Can count on me.
golden ratio,
Geometric harmony. When I'm you can count on me, and I can count on you. Colleagues can be cold, but academia's always true.
why use double entendres when sextuple ones will do?
You taught me scientismic ways, even Sears did not foresee.
Two heavenly bodies never had fresh
Shot my fluids to 100 degrees. Putting facts over feelings, that's scientism better.
Together we rise above.
We beat the mean error.
We cite each other's sources.
Each other's dissertations. In our universe of lonely nights, we have an infinite I can count on you. I can count on you. Metric harmony. These are challenge.
When we stare down,
You can count on me, and I can count on you.
You are listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. As foretold by tenured seers and our own programming schedule, it is time for another illuminative installment. Featuring Girl Meg Sci-Fi. A listener asks, what is the difference between the Protectorate's paradigm and our grand plan? Vicar, enlighten this layperson if you please.
Why not ask the difference between a raindrop and the sea? Or the vacuum of the firmament and the core of a gas giant? Our grand plan is everything. Macro waves, N-rays, uranium. Every atomical particle in the universe and its motion. Predictable once, we solve the universal equation. The paradigm, on the other hand, is nothing. A void. Calling it hot air lends it too much validation. What else would you expect from the Protectorate? Those adept dissemblers. They have rewritten their history, edited their old media reports, erasing all praise for the Order's instrumental contributions to their success. They've substituted facts with their subject-pacifying fiction, and so the burden of truth has fallen upon our broad shoulders. Without truth, there can be no path to ascension. Our grand plan is that path. Their paradigm leads to nowhere, and quickly.
Stay tuned for what follows. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies. Allergic to water this year.
Tired of firearms and
hard to recall. Here's an easy acronym. QED. Quickly elucidate and demonstrate. QED. Get to the point and do not vacillate. You've checked your words and verified your data. Send in your proof. Don't wait for later. You've crossed your T's. You've dotted your eyes. The only thing that's left is
explode in your face? Come to a weapons store.
is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your
Notice.
cortex.
The following points of interest have been identified. Alexandra Monastery. The Statue of Anomality event detected. Please consult with Earth Directorate HQ before committing resources to search and rescue.
We got bases down there. If one of them got hit, then that strike will be the first of many.
Vigilant. Report any suspicious activity.
Stellar radiation. We've lost contact with facility personnel.
Please mind the gaps. All of them.
Cultist trespassers could never comprehend the fundamental forces at work in this lab, which might only render these zealots all the more unpredictable and dangersome. Unfortunately, given the current state of Golden Ridge infrastructure, we can't verify the N-ray range's status without crossing through or over our decommissioned autonomous extractorium. A perilous trek even under the best of circumstances. Stay cautious out there, fellow ascendants.
So ends this missive.
Further beneficial content soon follows. This popular number has been conclusively proven to...
Please continue waiting quietly until the next plan arrives.
Folk were hunkered down here. I wonder how long they held out before. Well, best not to think about it.
Day 206. Morale? Condition?
We got an appointment to keep at Matriarch's Mercy.
Voucher mech.
Let's just hope we don't get shelled too.
Always watching. Many have left for Matriarch's Mercy, seeking refuge with the Order. The fools. Can't they see the Order is no different from the Protectorate?
Somebody help us! Anybody! Please! Finally! Some help. My fam had to... Please help us. Ain't nothing I can... I don't... Hurry, please!
Commander, you're bleeding!
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85. Well, rule number 1. No, can't, you need...
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. Between the invaders and the Order defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the can.
I swear. Looking pretty good right
Nigh on
about now.
impossible to find decent animal remains in these parts.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
How long are we meant to stay? How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not in the prediction business.
What happened to this place?
We're not going anywhere!
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. You do got a certain feral look in May Huffstud. That's on account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Though, happy as I am to make your acquaintance. Screw their predictions. We have Chan. No, I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you. Thanks, String. You can...
Oh! A visit? Hello. Grant, suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, first, just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple. I mean, end of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them prognostications work well. You did catch the... I don't...
What is it? Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Mathematical predictions always keep us one step ahead. This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Or that it only that simple, but she ignores it. You see, but the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is, tell me, which of us, and now the voice has involved. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people with you. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you you can find, but you already knew that. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the road, according to predictions, yeah, many.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently not. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, the Order, if I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the appreciate you.
By the law. Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping true, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are. A dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it is. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them. My thanks, stranger. The Seer gave me a datapad with... Now, take the datapad. with my how can I be of service? Yes, I can treat sickness as a... Since you... Just don't shake the man's hand.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better. All evidence to the contrary.
Well then, I read that the Department of Predictive Analysis provide of course, predictions have grown unforeseen, but as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will be why I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. There's nothing more engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp report one of our if my own humble assertions are regrettably this is well.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Reach. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability? Sensible. Straight to business, then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Reach? Victor? Yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble? Such a statement implies the opposite is also true.
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse. And that may well be true. But our standard of proof within the Order is not normally met by hearsay alone. Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one of our labs to the northwest, the Enray Range, beyond the invaders' front lines. Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than safe, so I advise caution.
What business is it of yours?
Let's not be unfriendly. The agent's only curious. Obviously, Victor's work has something to do with N-rays, but beyond that, I haven't a clue. More of that pesky compartmentalization, I'm afraid. Besides the highly caustic Serenium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. It does make me wonder why Victor decided to stay. Victor is dedicated. Single-minded, one could say. I've always thought highly of his analytical skills as a researcher, less so his social ones, perhaps. Loath as I am to admit it, there may be some merit to your worries over a conspiracy within the Order, whether Victor is involved or not. As my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation. No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate? Earth Directorate Agent is just a title. I'd seek to know who you are beyond that bit of headline.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend, but the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence, but if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. I knew I could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned erstwhile. We can compare notes once you've returned with your findings. Illuminating the path to true erudition is an abbot's moral duty. Whatever I can tell you, I will.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation, particularly in the field of predictive analysis. Yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on Seers for their indispensable counsel. I myself would be lost without mine. Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's Mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development. That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Haha, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold.
Something down there?
We need to help Opportunity, Commander. Boy, Kevin. He's more concerned with exonerating his own than with making things right. schism between the Protectorate and the Order?
I'm not related to you. I remember this place before the war.
Exponential increase in local population detected, and max occupancy exceeded. Non-essential persons should vacate for safety purposes.
Stranger, in light of...
So it was one of our bases.
I can't rightly say, and that is rather... Well, they must have done something to provoke an... Well, not certain about that last one any... Cultists, they've also been known to pose as refugees. The creatures are of the...
All our efforts add to the equation.
I don't see anything else coming. Was it just the one?
Yeah. Hope you could be either. Besides, ain't nobody sure what. Well, I can only hope they had warning enough. Thank you, Commander. We should move on, unless you got something for me. Hell, looks like your paint's getting a little worn. I can touch it up for you if you like. Only fair, considering how much you do for us.
Any cosmetic changes must be approved by Agent Ibarra.
Perhaps it would be... Do you have a specific matter requiring discussion with me that's not making a final decision over... And thus, my dilemma. In summary, alas, I lack the... That being said, we shouldn't. However, there is... Perhaps it would be advantageous to... No, that won't function.
Very non-scholarly look about you.
How about if they deploy Manosaurs? We could benefit the other way around.
approaching from the north. Hold fire.
Requested assistance.
This is Chief Quidley, recording with the intent of registering this most unusual sequence of events and securing their serial wave rights. Recently, we reckoned it'd be a hoot to hack a captured order terminal, use it to heckle them. Instead, we wound up chinwagging. And turns out we have much in common. They're bored, we're bored, and everyone got sick of trench living months ago. Next thing you know, we're getting together for brews in a wave of their knockoff sport, pitchball. And where there's booze and ball, there's betting. And while those order folk are scary data smart,
Hold you. Covering my liquidator.
Personnel detected among nearby group of...
Did that blast give me a dunder? Or is some damn stranger walking into my area of operation right after we've been attacked?
You all right, officer? We saw the impact and got over here fast as we could. If there's anything we can...
We can do to part you from your bits while you're desperate? Yeah, I know your type. You go private, but then lurk in the shadows like manta wasps looking to prey on easy marks. You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? A what? Is that like some kind of contractor? Are you looking for a job? Because I have neither the requisite paperwork nor the time to fill it out. Go hustle somewhere else. Yeah? Well, what exactly makes you so sure of that? Interesting. Did he say who he thinks did hit us? Not that it matters, I suppose. Not like we can muster a counterattack or anything. But even if I did believe you, so what? Seriously? You expecting me to ring up Auntie and tell her, hello, Maven of all marketing? Just letting you know that this scrutinization officer says everything's hunky-dory. You've clearly been out in the Dorado sun for too long. Ah, an offer for transaction. Now you're talking my language. Didn't reckon you was someone sympathetic to our ways. It just so happens we might be able to trade services. Normally, I wouldn't admit this kind of weakness. It's bad practice. But I'm really in the squeeze, and you might be useful. Lately, my luck's been right miserable. I got enemy sneak attacks. I got grunts murdering each other. I got unsanctioned power struggles. And it all risks reflecting badly on me. You cut down the number of issues that are vexing me, and I'll send you a word of peace and harmony up the chain. Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, there are other ways to curry my favor. Make me believe your good intentions. Encourage me to take your side. That bomb that hit us, it was my You get her the compression coil she needs to make the auto docks work, and that should cut her billable hours in half. And there's been a murder problem. Go find out who done it, and I'll send the message you're asking for this. Or anyways, there's some dispute over who his second. Now you know that. Sit up.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductive? Some kind. Don't suppose you're looking for a way to help. Without them, they can't convert raw materials into the medicament. As many as you can. There's so much more work. Auntie dropped extra compression coils in pods from many things.
Sounds like these coils will keep...
Do you believe Arcadia shall... shall ever return to how it was?
Please be advised, this unit
Friends,
lacks pharmaceutic
neighbor, late. You are, of course, free to, well, if it's in the... I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulous, as I am single-handedly make... If...
What happened to this place?
I could use a break from fighting injustice. Not to insult or...
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Council tried to kill the
And then we solve for the... to show how the Crabble... I am also on hand to answer queries by providing... I am sure they... life outside. We have diverted into... then back.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Wish. Keep your behavior, invaders.
Hope you appreciated how I bit my tongue back there with the abbot. Didn't want things to come to blows with civilians in the crossfire. Could either. Besides, ain't nobody around here better suited for investigating than we are. Sure, we should move on, unless you got something for me?